Well, Everton remain 5 points from safety following that 10-point deduction, while remaining hopeful that punishment will be reduced. Sean Dyche says his squad are realistic about the task in front of them.
The messaging is just that, look, we can cry it in and we can moan about it and we can say it's unjust and all the rest of it, which I think we all think is, and I think the whole of football, by the response, seems that everyone thinks it is. But the fact's it's currently there. So therefore, let's get on with it. You know, I'm not really one for crying it in. It's done, and well, currently until the appeal, and let's see what happens with that. But we can't guarantee that, of course. So we said to the players, the only thing we can guarantee is what's happening in this moment and what we can do about it. So we've got to take on the challenge each week as it comes, or bi-weekly as it comes.
There we go. Thoughts of Sean Dyche. Let's get the thoughts of you two. It's the first time I've seen you two since that news broke for Everton and that points deduction. First up, Sue, what do you make of it?
Well, first of all, it was a sort of positive few weeks in terms of performance-wise for Everton. They beat West Ham, they beat Crystal Palace, drew with Brighton, progressed in the Cup, and everything looked quite good from a performance and results side for Everton going into the international break. And then on that Friday, when obviously the announcement of the 10-point deduction, I was shocked initially. I know the club came out and said a statement, said it was disproportionate and wholly unjust, and I've got to agree with that. I think when you look at, you know, the Premier League, it's unprecedented, isn't it, in the history? You look at Portsmouth, I think, got 9 points for going into administration. Everton's obviously got more than that, and I think, yes, there's wrongdoing. Everton have said that, you know, they have sort of made errors and mistakes, but I just think it's how many points, it's the size of the punishment. I think that's where Everton fans and the club feel really aggrieved, and rightly so. I think one thing you could see yesterday, yes, they didn't get the result, but it's certainly going to unite the club. It's going to galvanise the players and the fans, and it's about sticking together and trying to get themselves out of this. But yeah, it was a shock and disappointing, I think, for everybody associated with Everton.
Yeah, lots of column inches have been written, lots of airtime has been donated to this, and there are extenuating circumstances, the building of the stadium, the Ukrainian-Russia war as well, has to be factored into that. Is there a sense on Mersey's side at the moment of pointing the finger? Who is to blame for this?
Well, effectively, they've only got themselves to blame, but they've got themselves to blame for being too honest. You look at the other teams that are sort of in question at the moment, and they've tried to delay the fact of coming forward with information. Everton have almost said, well, this is what we've done. We know where we're at and what we've done financially. We're going to be as honest as we can with you and hope that you'll be lenient with us and understanding about that situation, about the war, about the stadium and what they've done. It just doesn't sit right at all. And I think that's the feeling throughout football. How quickly they've come to the decision on Everton when there's other teams, namely one. I think we all know that we're talking about Manchester City with their charges. I think there's a feeling of, okay, so when's that going to happen? When's something going to happen to them? But listen, that's not in Everton's control, and I think that's the situation at the moment where they look at it and just say, we think that's too harsh. And I fully agree. I do think it's too harsh on Everton. I mean, if this was last year, it'd been disastrous, wouldn't it?